and welcome to Two Girls, One Pod, which we really should rename now because I don't think it's been a long time since it's just been two girls on the show. But today I'm Melissa and I'm here without my normal co-host, Crystal, but I do have her, what would we call you, T? Her better half, her replacement that likes to come on. Sorry, Crystal. So Tina Thistle is here.
I keep saying I'm coming for a job, so.
Well,
I thought you were my better half, Tina. Wait a minute.
Hey.
Hold the phone here, guys.
Always yours.
She says that to you now, Tara, but so if you're listening, that was Tina and Tara, TNT from season 9 of Big Brother Canada. And we also have Mr. Josh with us tonight.
Woo.
Hey.
Woo. Looking especially handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
I know, right?
Thank you. Oh, you're all looking great.
So we're here. We're going to get into, I kind of wanted to do like a quick recap of Monday through tonight. We're not going to get into last week. We skipped last week. If you were waiting for our podcast and we didn't upload it, it's because we didn't record it. So we're going to just skip over it. Hopefully you watch the show. We're going to go into Monday night. We'll do a quick one and then into tonight, because this is honestly, they said it on TV, the fucking messiest of HOHs that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like understatement.
Yeah.
Too much too soon.
It's like,
Yeah.
where do we start?
I saw Hannah from Big Brother 23 tweet that it was giving her PTSD from Frenchie's week.
Oh, I have that in my notes.
Yeah.
Because so many people have compared it to Frenchie's week, because he just kind of like went on a rampage and didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And now Kyle is doing the same thing.
It was chaotic. I mean, Josh, you must have really enjoyed this week, right? Like the King of Chaos.
Well, the thing is like as much as like it seems like I don't really like in the house didn't really know what I was doing. Like I knew exactly what I was doing. And it was very specific and tactic once I kind of got the crazies out. The chaos, like I knew like just kind of like what chaos would kind of work. But like this, I don't think there was a rhyme or reason
No.
to anything.
You had ideas, like what we could see from your season was like, it was almost calculated chaos. It was like, oh, if I, plant this seed over here, this might erupt this group. Like you had a bit of strategy.
Oh, it was intentional.
Yeah. Kyle's just like, he's just bouncing. He wants to be a really great player. And I think he's overthinking everything.
But week 3, I mean, you don't start targeting the people that you're working with so immediate, not until you get to a certain point. Like
You're in the majority alliance. If you just keep your mouth shut and nominate people not in that alliance, you make it to jury.
Like wild. So so Monday night, we'll just recap a little bit. It opens up after the eviction. And Kyle owns up. Guys, I wrote this on Monday. Give me a second. Owns up to one of the votes and places the second. Okay. So last week we saw that there were 2 rogue votes done to send, fuck my mind. Who went home last week?
Jay.
Jay.
So 2 rogue votes to keep Jay. And Kyle said that he did that because he wanted to place the blame on Jess. And I thought that was a really smart move. So
initially,
I was like, oh, okay.
Sure.
It is, but it's, when has a rogue vote like nailed? You know what I mean? Like when has it ever landed and pinned on the
people
right person?
Always tend to figure out what happened, right?
And then it just makes you look sketch for no reason.
Yeah.
And at this point too, it's like, ooh, like would anybody be shocked if Jess didn't want to like vote out her best or their best friend in the house?
Yeah.
That's right.
Like that's just like could be like, oh, I felt bad, just wanted to make them not feel bad.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
It's not like it's 5 votes here.
I take it back. It wasn't a smart move. I was watching, I was like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, no, I mean, it's true. Herman is becoming I've just made regular notes here. Herman is really becoming my favorite. Like he's slowly, or I guess quickly, becoming one of my favorite people in the house. I love watching him play.
His speech in tonight's episode was so Good.
And they cut
When he
that
made the
out.
comment, he was like, I'm not gonna let some 23-year-old boys, like I'm a 29-year-old man. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I liked that.
He's really, I think he's really smart. I think he's really strategic. I think he's really social. He's getting in with all the right people. He can win comps. Like he's well-rounded really early. So I think that as long as people don't figure him out and they know that there are bigger targets, I think he can get pretty far.
Yeah.
So far.
I think he's going to be fine for another couple of weeks anyways. I think the target's going to be shifted to someone.
Oh yeah.
I heard a sneaky rumor that something between him and Jess happened.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, like somebody saw something on the live feeds and I was like, oh, that's unexpected and I like it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone in this house has already like done something with everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there was a picture or something going around of him with someone, but I couldn't see who it was. It was the girl was back on, so I don't know.
I need to get on Twitter. It's like if you blink, Twitter is updated. Like for Big Brother Twitter, this is my first time on live feeds. This is my second year watching. Sorry guys, your season was the one that hooked me in, but I'm up to date now on all of them and obsessed to an unhealthy amount. But I'm on Big Brother Twitter and it's my first time on Big Brother Twitter, and it's like every couple of seconds there's like 15 new tweets to read about, and then there's more information getting out there and more conversations, and I can't look at it when I'm working. Like I just
can't look at it. Twitter terrifies me.
How do you guys feel?
I love it.
I know Josh loves it.
Yeah.
Josh is in there.
This is not my party.
Tara's like,
Oh, I know everything that's going on because you just have to look every now and then all of a sudden just like, I clock some people stealing my jokes.
Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I wrote, about Kyle's HOH being compared to Frenchie's. So was Frenchie was like a proclaimed super fan. Is Kyle a super fan? Like he knows a lot about past seasons, but did he just study them?
I think he just, once it all blew up last year on Twitter for him, I think he just kind of got into it then, didn't he?
Yeah. Like I heard that he didn't watch it beforehand. So I guess he would be considered like a new super fan. But do all super fans suck when they become head of household? Like, or is it just selected to them?
I think there's something to be said about like when people kind of know what Twitter is all about and like what everything is being said. I think so much is in your head, like when you're in the house, that it makes you go a little like, ugh. Because like if you're thinking like logically, like nothing he did, if he had just been like a casual viewer, had just watched the episodes, a lot of the stuff that he had done this week would not have happened.
Yeah, you're probably right there. He would have been a little bit probably laid back, probably would have consulted with, the rest of his alliance members a little bit more. But I think he just wanted to go balls to the wall this week.
Legend. I cracked up. He was like talking about the pretty boys. And he was like, he's like,
the Pretty Boys 2.0 that Josh came up with that first.
That's right.
That was Josh. I heard that and I'm like, oh no, that's already been done. Josh already did that.
It was last season.
Already did it as my way to get out Rohan. Isn't really who I wanted to go after, but I wasn't allowed to say the name I wanted to.
But that cracked me up because he was saying about the Pretty Boys and how they were his favorite alliance, and he wanted to be a player like Adam Pike. And that was like, he's like, I want to be a legend like him. And I'm just thinking like, you're not off to a great start.
And I mean, like John Purdy gave him some good advice in the Wendy's window. And it's like he did the complete opposite.
So John basically said, use this week to strengthen alliances and like form other groups, get some information. He broke up every alliance he was in, put everybody's name out there that he was like people he didn't nominate. He still talked about nominating them. Like I don't think there was one name he didn't say.
He's going to be a huge target after his HOH.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't win a veto, he's going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah. I agree. He's got a lot of backpedaling to do after this one, I think.
But it's also Big Brother and things change quickly.
Well,
So-
I mean, you know, there could be some sort of secret power. Who knows? Maybe
or somebody else can lose their shit. Like,
that's right. It could just
So
go on to
true.
the
it's
next
like
person.
the house, like everybody's like, "Oh, that's terrible," and then like tomorrow somebody could do something crazy, and you're like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah,
Yeah.
then it becomes
Yeah.
old news.
Yeah.
The
Well, that's what
attention
I'm
span in the
saying.
house is what, 20 minutes?
Yes. It's like
That's about it,
it's like
too.
that fish Dory. Like, where am I? Oh.
Yeah, like just forgetting 2 seconds later, the new person is the new target.
Yeah.
Like, do we think he can recover? Like, what does he need to do to recover from this?
A loss.
He needs to win the veto and stop talking for a full week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only, or if Gino wins HOH
Yes.
next week, because he won't put him up. And then once I feel like a week has gone by where people haven't done like what he's done, like they'll completely forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like a
Yeah,
passing
he needs
memory
to
of like,
survive
oh,
next
yeah.
week in order to have any chance of going long term for sure.
Gino's a little bit of a people pleaser, though. I don't know if he would be safe with Gino. Like, if everybody was going to him saying, like, this is what the house wants, because he didn't even like back up his girlfriend to Marty.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which girlfriend? There's
Oh.
3.
Well, you know me, when people start dating in the house, I'm always behind. I remember in our season, like I kept saying to Beth about Sean, she's like, honey, I'm with Jed. I was like, oh.
Remember
I
that
was like,
because
oh,
when Beth,
yes, we
when Beth left the room, she was like, "What?"
It's like, oh, I didn't
And you were
know.
in the house. That's the
Oh
best.
yeah. So I'm a little bit. But no, when Marty was like gonna put up JC Lynn, like,
Yeah.
you know, Gino didn't even try to be like, oh no, like trust me, I've got her. She's not looking at you. He was
No.
just like, okay.
So, yeah, sounds like a great idea to me.
Mhm.
Put her up.
I don't like it.
I like Gino. And Tanisha.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
And
yeah. But I don't know, like whoever took the clippers to his hair, they should not allow that to happen
Do
again.
we know who did it?
No,
I thought I saw on Twitter that
it was the
Kyle.
guys. I think it was Kyle and Marty, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it a serious haircut or like a Big Brother haircut? Like supposed to be?
Don't
bad?
know.
I think it
interesting.
was like it's supposed to not look the way it did.
Gotcha.
Well, isn't Marty bald? What do you trust in the bald guy with your head for?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my. Okay.
It's like a rookie mistake.
On so Monday night, basically, we just saw Kyle kind of figure out who he was going to nominate. He says he was going to nominate Betty. He decides to turn around, put up Steph and Moose, 2 members of his own alliance, which nobody understood. I mean, he didn't make the worst case for the reasons that he put Moose up. Like Moose, I think, is going to be a strong competitor. He seems to be one that can kind of like float by a little bit, but like almost like what Anthony was in season 7, like just kind of in everybody's.
But the thing is with Moose, though, he had a previous relationship to some degree with Moose. Like that's an instant in that house when you don't know anyone or trust anyone. That is an instant thing that you can bond and actually use for your game.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Because that should be like a final 2 agreement. Like,
And if you're thinking about it, that's the one you backdoor, not the one you put up at the start.
yeah,
Can get themselves off.
Yeah.
which we
Hooray for Moose, though, I gotta say.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that POV looked so, both the last couple POVs has been like, these look impossible.
They look great.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh, I'm glad
Yeah.
these weren't on ours. Couldn't even move a wheelbarrow.
I couldn't stack apples.
You stacked them great on the floor.
Well, so
They
I was
worked on the
building.
floor.
I know, I
definitely.
know.
Yeah. I
Giving him
wanted
one
to-
more minute, you would have got it.
Mhm. Oh well.
So good. Well, that's one thing that I noticed. Like, so I was always a BBUS fan. Like I said, last year was the only time I started watching Big Brother Canada. And that was the first thing I clocked last year was how fucking hard are these Canadian competitions? Like a BBUS competition is like here, like the end part with the balls, there would have been like 1 ball, get it on the thing, and that would have been the competition. But Big
Yeah.
Brother Canada is like, here's your 3-part series.
Yes,
You win
yes.
Yeah.
and then
Gosh.
this extra part at the end. And
Yeah.
it's impossible. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even believe he finished it because that it looked really, really impossible.
Yeah, that one
It
looked
did,
tough.
especially with you had to get the yellow one right in the middle too. Like they're like, not only we're gonna make this really challenging, we're gonna color coordinate it too.
Yeah, exactly. You got to match those colors.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
No.
So challenging. But yeah, so Moose did it, and it came close. Josh got really close to winning.
He did, yep.
Yep.
My God, I'm sorry. There's so much to cover from this episode. I'm just trying to like make some sense of my notes. Like I do like Moose's attitude. Kyle's going a little crazy. You guys can talk amongst yourself while I'm reviewing.
Okay.
Who do you think is gonna go home?
Ooh.
I think Steph's going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steph's going.
Yeah. So okay.
I
Yeah.
think
So Moose takes himself off the block, and now we have Josh up. Okay. Recap. Continue.
Which
Yeah.
did anyone in the house know that Josh was going up? It was like I can't remember, and the feeds happened so fast. It was just like Betty was for sure going up, and then poor Betty.
I
She's
know.
had a rough
know,
week
right?
for no reason.
She keeps
She
like
was
being like,
told,
you're going
on two
up.
occasions, right? She was like told on nominations that there was a possibility she was going up.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
a possibility of being a replacement. A poor girl.
I am
She's like the pawn
obsessed.
to the pawn.
Yes. I'm obsessed with Betty's face. Like her facial
The
expressions.
facial expressions, they're awesome.
I love me some Betty when she did like her eyes.
Oh yeah.
Stuffers
yeah,
are great too.
Yeah.
Stuffers
Oh,
are
yeah.
great too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
hands down, you know what they're thinking.
Her diary room confessions are my favorite. Like when
Yeah.
talking about Kyle in the diary room, like, I really like her. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think because Steph thinks she has it in the bag. Like they nominated Josh. So I did see in live feeds when Kyle told Steph that he was going to put up Josh. Steph hugged him. She was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. So like I'm safe. You're going to put up Josh because he's such a big threat." But like it seems there's so many people still left, and the majority seems to be on Josh's side, and everybody's kind of flipping on Kyle because they've heard their names coming out of his mouth, like pretty well everybody.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna I hope that they're gonna send Steph home and keep Josh.
It's
Yeah.
pretty early on to make a really big move like that. Cause if you don't hit, that's a big player that's coming for you. So
Yeah.
I can see why
he's
they
up.
would want to keep him, right? Because he's got a good chance of winning the next HOH, and you know who he's going after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steph is a little bit of,
Mhm.
if she won, who is she putting out?
She's a
That's
wild
right.
card.
And he's already got Moose gonna come
Yeah.
after him now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now if Josh stays, then you got Moose and Josh who are both gunning for him. I
So
don't
you
know.
just sit back, just
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone in the house is clued in too much yet. Like realistically, like I don't want Josh to leave, but realistically, like he is a big threat. Like people really like him. He probably will go far if he survives this week.
For sure.
Realistically, it's smart to kind of get him out because then you still have two people going after each other. But I don't think they're thinking that far ahead.
No,
No.
no.
I think they're
they're
just
looking
like-
at the immediate what Kyle's done this week, and let's just keep Josh to piss Kyle off and reverse it back at him.
Yeah.
I agree with you though, Josh. If he stays, he's gonna go far.
Mhm.
And it
Oh, yeah,
reminds me of
everybody loves him.
Yeah, it reminds me of like in our season. I remember when it was like Braden and Austin on the block. I remember saying to some people outside, like, if Braden stays, he will make it to the very end. Like I just knew it. I'm like, everybody loves him. Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna vote him out? Not me. You?
Well,
Are
and
you
there's
gonna vote him
also
out? Like you're
something
not going to
that's
do it.
a little unthreatening, like just kind of like Josh just seems like kind of like a gentle giant. Like you just kind of want to like smush his face and give him a hug, you know?
Oh my God, I want to be his
Yeah.
best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm just like, are we gonna be
Just like-
besties when you get out of the house because I love you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a calming presence to him. Like
Yes.
through the
Mhm.
TV, he talks and I feel at ease. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that you're right. If they're smart, they would send him home. He's definitely a bigger threat. I think that Kyle, his biggest problem is that he wants to make the big moves. He won HOH too early to make the moves that he wanted to make in his head. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Mm.
right. Like in the beginning weeks, you're not picking off these big, huge players because there's still so many numbers and you're just trying to get your alliances and make it a little bit further. And I think he wanted to shake things up, and he definitely did.
Did that all right.
He did. He gave fun feeds and like a good, his week will be a good episode. Like,
Definitely.
Filler. There's no filler in the episodes. It's just and they still fit in everything
Yeah.
that happened this week. It's just they need an extra bonus episode for this week.
Mhm.
They haven't cut into any like showmances that are bubbling yet.
No, exactly.
Which I'm fine with. I'm one of the people who I watch the showmances and roll my eyes every time. Like I don't know.
You didn't like my showmance with Tina?
Well, your showmans I did enjoy a good bit actually. Yeah, the Tina and Tara show when you guys were talking to the cameras and just like the lovey-dovey. Like I'm all about the strong alliances, but the coupley cuddly, like I'm like, okay, guys, great. I don't care though. Like I don't think it's the game. I think it puts a bigger target on you. But anyway, that's as a fan, I'm annoyed by showmances. But I see why they're ideal and I see why they're entertaining. So I do respect them.
Speaking of showmances, how are we not going to talk about the amazing proposal that happened on Monday's episode? So like
Absolutely.
the most famous showmance of all time. I'm like,
amazing.
sobbing watching it, screaming like, ah!
Yeah, I take it back. I did like their showmance. That was the only one I did like because it wasn't annoying.
And that was the cutest proposal ever. I'm like, Dimitri, could you be any more perfect?
Like so sweet.
Yeah.
Love them. Love that for them. That was
and
awesome.
it looked really unexpected too. Cause like you figure like, they're big icons for the show. So it was like, oh, come see the new house. Let's do a promo or whatever. And then she comes out and there's roses everywhere. Like,
it was good.
Come on.
It was great. It really
I wish it happened on our season though. I was like, no.
I know. Gosh.
Because then I think we would have maybe got an invite to the wedding. No?
No.
No, not happening.
Just me staring out through the windows like, so happy for you.
This is every former house guest checking their email.
Exactly.
Where's the invite?
They're like, guys, you're not invited ever. No, you're not invited. We're not actually a family. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so most of my notes are just basically about Kyle being crazy. I did love her monologue. We touched on that. And can we talk about Kyle trying to do math in the HOH room? He was talking about like how many notes.
Yes.
He's like,
he was like 11, and then and I'm like, well, it's only 11.
Because I really felt that though. When he did that, I was like, oh, this feels like my life. It felt very relatable.
You do forget, like when you're in that setting, like you don't have any of the normal, like we would say that in the house all the time. We were talking about something like, I just wish we had Google so we would know, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have to figure stuff out without technology, you really do realize how dumb you are. At least I did.
I mean, a piece of paper and a pen would have went a long way.
Yeah.
I can't finish a word now without my text predicting what I'm going to say. Like I'm trying to write simple words and I don't know how to spell them anymore. I'm so used to it just auto-populating.
Yeah.
So
there was
any technology in there would have helped so much.
Yes.
Can you imagine if they let us have our phones?
No, it would defeat the whole purpose.
I
Absolutely.
literally said one time, I think there's a clip of me on the feeds just sitting in the room while everyone was mad at me and I was trying to figure out how to sneaky campaign without people knowing I was campaigning. I was like, I just wish I could just text someone and just say, meet me in my room. Like that's all.
Yeah.
You need like the
that's all you want.
Or those pagers or something,
No, instead you had to open the door and scream.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey!
Right. Let everybody
Someone
know
get
what
Josh.
Or you do like a sneaky casual walk by and meet in this room in like 30 minutes.
And it's so not sneaky. It's so obvious. Everybody's like, they're working together. They are working together.
It'll be like, okay,
final two.
you leave
That's
now.
final two.
You leave now and I'll leave in 20 minutes. No one will suspect a thing.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, no one leaves any spot like within like 3 hours. You just kind of hunker down. I was
Well,
like,
there's no clocks. So you're like
No.
in 20 minutes and you're like, has it been 20 minutes yet? Like there's no
Oh my
clock for
God,
it.
there's no way of knowing.
You literally
No.
just spend your days being like, hey, Tina, where do you want to go sit?
You move from one couch to the next. I
When
mean,
you get
that's-
tired of
I-
a couch, you're like, you want to go sit on the Expedia? Let's go.
Wow.
Then you
And
sit
then you
there for a
go
little
there.
bit. Yeah. And you're like, you want to go make a tea? Go sit in OLG. Let's do it.
or you go to a room where you think you're going to be able to sit, and then there's like a meeting clearly happening that
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
not a part of,
Awkward.
and you're like, I'm just gonna slink right out now.
Go.
Yeah. Or you feel brave that day and you're like, oh, can I join you? And then you get those looks, right? Like,
No,
okay.
Or everybody
Yeah.
just stops talking.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we're
And then the
talking.
conversation.
They all just
Oh,
slowly
stops
get up and
talking.
leave. And you're like, okay, so not working with them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the worst.
Roll
Or when
cleared
the
out.
conversation goes back to like, so it's pretty sunny outside today or something. It's
But
like,
you haven't been
"Okay, got
outside
it,
in
they
3
were-
days.
Oh shit. Yeah, they're
Man,
all going through
I'd
that
love
now.
to go back.
Would you guys ever go back if you get a call?
Yes,
I would.
Yeah,
for sure.
Do you
It's
think
just,
there's going to be an
yeah,
All-Star?
you can't say no.
No.
no, I feel like if they ask you, it is an honor and it is rude to say no. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, I don't want to be rude.
Do you
No.
guys think there's going to be an All-Star season?
I think so. I think eventually
I'm sure
they'll
at
do
some
one.
point they're going to do it for sure.
Me and Tina might be 50. but
Well, I
we
think
got our walkers.
yeah, the theory that I've heard is like if they're gonna do an all-star season, it would be next season. Because
Yeah.
it's kind of like sorry to season 8, but next season is the full like 10 full this is like the 10th full
Yeah.
would be the 10th full season next season.
I like that.
Yeah, that's true too. I
Mhm.
hate it. It means I won't be on
And,
another
like-
season.
Well, who knows? And then I also feel like, you know, the show's been going on for quite a while. It's like I feel like to ramp up the excitement again would be kind of like season 5, like Midway was bring back like halfway people.
Yeah,
Now it's
half
like
and half.
season-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Season 5 was so epic.
so good.
It
Oh,
would be
season 5
cool.
is
Yeah.
absolutely my favorite season.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
outside of ours, of
I was gonna be
course.
like, what
Oh,
about
come
us?
on,
Are we-
Josh.
All
That's
right,
right.
guys.
I don't know. I'm bitter.
Between us and anybody listening, so we've got like 5-6 viewers. Anybody listening, let's lock it down. If they do a half and half, and any of you guys are in there, and if I get picked, let's make an alliance right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I've got the perfect name. Pretty Boys 2.0.
Yes. Sarah, did you just
No,
say
but then you have to do 2 fingers. for
Oh
Pretty
yes,
Boys
they'll
2.0.
they'll never see it coming.
I was with the Pretty Boys the other weekend.
Oh yes.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that was cute. I saw they were all in the mountains.
so nice.
Yeah, they're in
Okay,
the mountains, and I was
we'll wrap up because I'm sure everybody listening, although everybody listening probably will.
All 3 of them are getting tired.
Yeah, all 3. Yeah, 2. We dropped off 2. 2 are already gone to bed.
Well, 2 of them are on the show right now.
Basically, yeah.
So mom, hi.
And Crystal will recap this after when she's
Yeah.
feeling better. I don't know if I said that to the public yet. Crystal's not here because she has COVID.
Yeah, she got the Ronies. Got
Yeah,
the
we're
Rona.
sending her well
Mhm.
wishes. And
get better.
said she's having a really rough go at it. And she's double vaxxed. Oh, while we're on the topic, and then we'll wrap up. I went to
She's like, let's talk about something controversial.
Yeah,
a little.
I love controversy.
Duh.
Our mask mandate is removed here.
Mhm.
And I went to a store today for the first time with my mask off and felt so strange. Have you guys taken your mask off to go anywhere yet? Like inside like a
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm in Calgary right now. We've been it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Ours starts next week.
I
Yeah.
felt like I forgot my bra. I was just in the store, like looking around, and a lot of people are still wearing them, which is completely fine. And I was just looking around like, am I supposed to have it off right now? Like it felt strange. And then I felt
Mhm.
weird because it felt strange because I was like, this is stupid. This should be the, but
The weirdest part to me though, when doing it was I went to a restaurant and you got kind of used to being at a restaurant at your table, not wearing a mask. But then going to the bathroom, it's like, wait, I don't have to put a mask on if I walk to the bathroom.
You're looking
That's
for
right.
it. You're like, oh, I don't even
Yeah.
need this.
oh, so funny.
Rule breaker.
Yeah, so basically that was the episode. The episode it was just basically Kyle running around like a chicken with his head cut off, essentially.
It's hard
True.
to say.
Yeah. There's not really any
Kyle's screwed. He
Yeah,
blew up
Kyle's-
his game
And
worse
up to this
than-
point, I don't think he knows that the house is gonna side with Josh.
Mm.
Like
No.
we're in for probably a blind side
I hope so.
tomorrow if
I'm
it doesn't get
so
leaked.
excited.
I love a
there
good
was-
blind side this time
Well-
of year.
There was the look on his face when Moose won the POV and he was like, oh wait. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be the look on his face when Steph goes home tomorrow and he's gonna realize, oh, two people are in this house, because it won't even just be two people in this house are mad at me. It's like, wait, everyone in this house was lying to me. I am for sure going to be going home. I hope he does well like next week. All right, like
And poor
okay.
Steph, if it doesn't get
Yeah.
leaked, poor Steph is gonna get blindsided
she
too,
is, yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
they all
Oh, she
like,
has no clue.
if they all don't like say a word, tomorrow.
And I
is
was
gonna be epic.
kind of saying to someone earlier, it kind of sucks for Steph too, because it's just like her nomination was a little like out of the blue, doesn't really make the most sense
That's right.
game
Yeah.
wise. So she's like hardly been in the show and she's like not mentioned on the feeds at all.
Yeah.
It's almost like she wasn't there because she just didn't do anything.
It's a sin.
It's a sin.
It's
Yeah, it's like
exciting
if
to
you're
watch.
going out early, blow up the house, try to make everything flip. But she's just sitting there being like, oh, so sad for Josh. It's like they're not
There's
even,
gonna
like,
be a big. Oh my God! Tomorrow's gonna be like.
That's
good
the thing
episode.
with Big Brother, though. The second you get too comfortable, like, no, that's like you should know, like that is a rite of passage. Like if you feel comfortable, do something else. 'Cause
Yeah.
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 Me week
Josh knows
one.
full well.
yeah.
Yeah. It's literally me week one.
Mhm.
No one was talking and I knew my name was being mentioned. So I was like, uh-oh. How can we get out of it?
Oh my
Nothing
God. So
else.
you guys have predictions. So we think that there's going to be a blind side. Who do you think's going to win HOH?
I'd like to see Josh or Moose get it.
Yeah, it has to be them.
I'd like to
Or,
see.
you know-
Yes, I know what you're gonna say, and I want her to get it too.
I was gonna say
Tanisha?
Herman.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it looked like you're making a T.
Mm,
Yeah,
Tanisha.
I like Tanisha. I think she's doing well too.
Yeah.
I want her to win. I want her to win so bad. A mom has
Yeah.
never won. Tanisha,
Yeah.
sending you the mom vibes.
Tanisha
Get it,
or
girl.
Summer would make me happy. I think they would also both like they're my three. Tanisha, Summer, and Herman, I think would make a really interesting HOH.
Herman wasn't one of my picks, but he's really growing on me.
Yeah.
Because initially when you see like I'm a car salesman, like you're like, oh, but then he's like, but I bought a car for my mom. And you're like, oh, and then he has these like great rants and you're like, oh, I like that. Yeah, he's a sneaky one. He's a sneaky one. He's one to watch out for sure.
Wow. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Good season. It's great cast.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah.
They did a good job. Like I'm
Yes.
a little bit bitter, but mostly I think it's good TV. And honestly, I don't know how I would I don't know how I would do in this cast. I would probably be curled up in a ball in the corner because it's
I would have done great with this cast. Oh, I don't have to do it. They will.
yeah.
Oh, do you want to know who else I love? Just quick side note. I'm really loving the Jess and Kevin
Yes.
combo. I love their little banter, like how they're like wanting both to be like evil geniuses and like they like make fun of each other, like, I hate you. I don't like you either. We
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Okay. And then they leave. I think they're pretty cute.
They
I
are
like-
good.
Yeah.
I like them.
And I like too that Jess was able to get all the heat off of them. So like they went up for, as the, the pawn. And then I think we predicted like Tina and I are in like a pool, like a Big Brother, allegedly we're in a Big Brother pool. And like we were saying, now that Jess was the pawn, or whatever was it a pond? Whatever it was. Anyway, she was up on the block, or they were up on the block. And we were like, this is going to be just constant now. Jess and Kevin, it's going to be constantly like up on the block. But like, because they won the veto and took themselves down, they haven't been like looked at since. Now it's like Betty is the one that we're talking about.
Leave Betty alone. I love her too.
I think
Betty alone.
I think by next week, the whole Betty conversation is going to be off the table. Everyone's going to forget that Betty is a potential pawn.
Yeah.
Like,
Kyle.
or what should be Kyle versus Betty.
Oh god.
And then Marty will do something, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know. This is all kind of Marty's fault, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, it was his move.
Yeah.
It was his move.
Marty's fault, or is it that Kyle literally listened to whoever spoke to him last? Because everybody who said something to him, he was like, oh yeah, good point. Oh, okay, I'll put up this person. And then he would tell somebody else and they'd convince him to do something different. And then he would change, tell somebody else. So like, I think he's just very impressionable.
He should just not talk to anyone. Just sat in his room.
Listen to his music and dance awkwardly. Like,
Yeah.
put the headphones in. Yeah, so good. Yeah. All right, well, that was our episode for tonight. Unless you guys have anything that you would like to add.
Nope. Think we're all in agreement that this week was
I'm just
chaotic.
I think Team Fun Feeds is going to be going down next week again.
Yeah. Yeah. I
agree. Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. So
I love it.
I will.
I love watching it from this angle.
Knowing what you know about the whole thing, yeah, definitely.
No, this is what I would want to be in a house with. This is hilarious.
Josh, maybe
you would. Josh loves when people are uncomfortable. Like he thrives on it. Like, how can I make you feel uneasy?
Oh,
I remember one time, I shouldn't really say this, but I was talking to someone high up in like the Big Brother Canada hierarchy, pre-show. And I just remember, like, you know, you're kind of going through and you're like, what do they see in me? Like, why the hell am I getting on this show? Like, I'm just being myself. Like, how is this happening? And then all of us, I don't remember how it came up. I was just like, I really like instigating things, and they're like, we can tell. And I was like, oh, okay.
He might like to stir the pot a little bit. I wish that you were around much longer. It would have been very entertaining.
Oh yeah.
To see what shenanigans.
Yeah.
that you should be a season 10 twist where they send you back into the house on a random week and like we're adding another person, but it's
my god, when they get rid of Kyle, Josh goes in his place. That's the twist.
Like, come on. Come on, global. Like global execs are clearly listening to this. So
of course. They're one of the three.
You'll get a call next week.
Yeah. My phone's on, same number.
Oh my. So before we go, I will give a little plug because I know you guys are likely like Kiefer does Thursdays because I wanted to do Thursdays, but Tina is tied up with Kiefer's Thursday night podcast. So I will give that a little shout out. I'm sure all 5 of my viewers are probably already listening to that. But that'll be up next tomorrow night, and I can't wait to see what happens on the show and then listen to opinions after because it's gonna be crazy.
Yay.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting.
And then tune in next week for another episode of 2 Girls, 1 Pod, where there will likely be like 5 people, not just 2 girls.
But the people that do watch, they're our kind of people. Right?
There
Best
you
kind,
go.
Tina. They're best kind.
They're best kind.
We're all best kind. Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna play our little outro music. So we're gonna shimmy again, and then it'll be done. Bye.
I'm such a bad dancer.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go, Jack.